Good morning, Jamie here from the Center for Aligned Living, bright and early in the morning. As I record this, it is Tuesday, my day to do this, commitment I made to myself. It is 2 days before Thanksgiving, so that's exciting and wonderful. The end of the year is fast approaching, and I've been thinking, we talked last week about slowing down. What legacy do you want to leave? And I think it's really critical because we're coming into the winter solstice, and that's a time when typically nature, everything hibernates, right? And rests and resets. But that's really not what we do. We tend to go, and just put things on our list that are just absolutely, almost unattainable. And then we enter the new year completely exhausted. And that's okay, if that works for you, great, but there may be a different way. And I'm going to try to approach it a little bit differently this year, very consciously end the year on a high note. There are definitely some things that I am going to complete before the end of the year and prepare for next year. And just constantly, my focus right now is choice. Remember, that's our superpower, is that we always have a choice, and we get to decide what choice we make. Period. Down to, big and small, all the way down to like what you're putting in your body is a choice. How you respond, how you process. If you don't like the way you're processing something, get somebody to help you look at it differently. If you just have a constant thing that nags you, we'll call it a trigger. It may not even be a trigger. It just may be discomfort. Well, let's look at that discomfort and figure out, what's it telling you? And you look at it, you bring it into your conscious awareness, and you make choices to do something about it for you, finding what's right for you, okay? So, coming into the end of the year, we tend to go. I've talked about slowing down, that all of nature slows down at this time of the year, and that's, whatever choice you make, that's up to you, okay? I'm not here to judge you. It's what works for you. There is no one right way for everyone. There is your way, and that's what we are trying to figure out and drill down to. Okay, so choice, living in choice right now for me, and living in the now, okay? Of course, while planning for the future. If I live in the now, I'm much more, I'm less reactive, I'm more productive, I flow much better, and the anxiety is down, and it's just really positive for me. That's why I'm here and talking to people. Maybe it will help others. So, that's what I'm doing, and coming into the end of the year, if you do nothing at all during this time for yourself, I want you to do this, okay? This was so impactful to me years ago. I had a mentor who I just absolutely adored. And he, it was so funny. Because when you find a person like that, you kind of cling, right? Especially if you're not whole, if you're not, So, you try... If you're not whole, you may use external sources to fill your hole, right? And so I did that with this gentleman, and it was funny. He told me one time, he said, you need to just consider me like a state park. It's a great place to visit, but you can't stay. And I'm like, that really stuck with me, and I just thought that was so clever in a very gentle, lovely way for him to tell me to get lost to a certain degree. Okay, so I digress. Back to this lesson that I was taught. He told me early on to sit down and write out like an essay, right? It sounds kind of silly, but it worked for me. What is my perfect day? Okay? So that's what I did. I sat there and I'm like, this is my perfect day. It was very, this and that, and I get up and I go for a run and I'm in the woods, and then I come home and, I have some something creative before I go off to help my clients. And then when I come home, I've got a family around me and friends, community, my tribe that, we celebrate with dinner or whatever around a fire. That was my perfect day, okay? And he's like, do better. Go deeper. And I'm like, go deeper? I mean, and he's like, detail. Be detailed. How did it feel? What were you seeing? In all your senses, what were you hearing? Was there laughter? Was there, joy? And it really, that helped me drill down and get really, 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 really specific. And I went into minute detail on what my perfect day would feel like. Not just what it would look like or like tasks that I would do, but how it would feel flowing through that day. And I think that if you have any time at all, and you can keep working on it, this is not like one and done. I have referred back to this, my perfect day, for, I'm trying to think how many years ago it was, at least 6 years. So what this does, okay, so it helps you create the life that you want, all right? You may not see it right now, and I didn't see it right then, but that is exactly what it's doing, is it is manifesting or creating or co-creating with the universe here. We are saying what we want, and we are not just saying it, we are feeling it, okay? So that's where it gets really significant, and it can change over time, absolutely. But the point is, if you don't know what you're running towards, you're going to run forever, right? So let's put some things out there. Let's put some details. Let's put some feelings, some emotion into it, and let's get that moving. So you have time right now to write out what your perfect day looks like. And then not only did going down to the minute detail work for me, but then I stepped back from the day and I looked at what my priorities were. I looked at what my values were, and those have not changed. Some of the details have changed, not much. Do I have that life? Pretty freaking close. So, yeah. So anyway, yes. So then you can look at, you start to see what you value. Okay. So I value my friendships, my relationships. My relationships are huge to me. I value creativity. I value being in service. So when you look at your day and how it feels, and that's what you want your day to look like, then you have a goal. And you can step back and you can go, oh, well, these are my values and whatnot. And then you can start to set yourself up for creating that life. It's really, if you don't think about it, like I said, you're just going to just run and really not have any destination, okay? But this is going for your perfect day. This is going for your life, your perfect life. What works for you, okay? That's what we need to look at. And it's just that you don't wait. Don't wait to do this. I mean, you can, but why put off what you want? Why put off your life that you want to lead, that you want to have, your values? Why would you put that off? Why would you sacrifice that? I mean, even if you're in a situation right now that seems like, it's very uncomfortable, or, you're just in the weeds. Let's call it that. You're in the weeds. You've maybe made choices, or there's just circumstances that kind of dampen your joy, right? Push your joy down. Mundane. There might be a lot of, just tasks that you have to do. You can find peace in those moments. It's a mindset, and it's a choice. And also, something I'm going to start trying, because I have 3 children, and I tend to do a lot for them. Not as much as some people, because it's just not possible. Like, I'll wash their clothes, but I'm not folding them and putting them away. I'll separate them and put them in their rooms, but from that point on, it's up to them, okay? But I used to do all the dishes. I mean, that's a lot of dishes, right? Because I like to cook. So I cook meals all the time. But I like it. It's a choice. And I can control the ingredients. So that's important to me. So um, I realize that that's a choice that I'm making. And so then I have a better attitude about it when I'm doing it. But the dishes, on the other hand, come on, help me out here. So I've asked the kids to start doing some dishes because it, in a role as a mother, we give. That's just what we do. We give and give and give. And children, bless their hearts, sometimes partners, take. I mean, it's super easy. If you're going to be given something, why not take it, right? But I don't know that that's the healthiest for everybody. So anyway, I started to say, oh, well, some of these responsibilities, you're getting older, we need to look at you stepping up to the plate and handling some of these things, which is going to help me out. And so ask for help, I guess, is what I'm saying. You may get it, you may not. My kids didn't go down easy, but it's getting there. So yeah, just remember, if you can at all, during the next few weeks, what is your perfect day? Write it out. Feel it. Put emotion into it. Who are you seeing? What are you seeing? And if you don't want to put who's in there, that's fine. Just, leave it kind of generic. Like there is someone in my life who, makes me laugh, who gives me comfort, who I know has my back. You can be vague. But if you want that, put it in there, okay? If that is in your perfect day, put it in there. All right? Don't, oh, I can't have that. Oh, it'll never be. What the heck does it hurt to write it down in your perfect day if it's your perfect day? Do it. Okay, so choice. Remember that we have choices. We live in choice. Swim in it. Just be like, I've said it before. You may be in a position, and, I've been there, where you have some choices, and they kind of all aren't great, but you have to make the best at that time for who you are and where you are, and move on. Just move forward, and forgive yourself if you've made poor choices. Okay? Don't carry that with you. You did the best you could at that time, and you move on. Okay? Maybe you can undo something, or apologize, or do differently. The best thing you can do for yourself and everybody else is to choose different in the future. So, don't get hung up on that, forgiveness of yourself. I was there a few weeks ago where it was like, God, I should have listened to myself. And I was so mad at myself and angry. And I'm like, I can't forgive myself for this. And it's like, seriously? There was a lesson to be learned there. And that's what I focus on now. I made the best choice that I could based on my mentality at that moment. And you just have to move forward and not repeat the poor choices, okay? And maybe you will, because sometimes I'm very hard-headed, and I'm a Libra, so it takes me a while. And not that there's anything wrong with Libras, it's just, or maybe it's just me, I shouldn't label, but I've always kind of thought that it was because of that, I see both sides, and if you see both sides, and, if something's not totally clear, and especially if you've got limiting beliefs or programming and you're not aligned, maybe you're not seeing you can't differentiate, or you have a hard time making a choice. That's where I was. And that's what living aligned has really helped me to discover, is my truth. And that's what it'll help you discover. And I think that writing out your your assignment, yes, your homework assignment, I'll say it, your to-do is to start thinking about and write it down and refer to it, Do it on a Word document if you can, and print it out and keep it with you. Refer to it like once a month or whenever you need to. If you feel like you're getting off track, go back to your perfect day and be like, what's missing here? Oh, I could do this differently and get closer aligned to my perfect day. Yeah. So that's what I have for today. I hope that this helped you in some way. It always helps me. And, you know, if you are struggling, which many people are, coming into the holidays, feeling very alone, you are not alone, okay? Just reach out to someone or reach within yourself, okay? And you will know that there may not be people around you, but you are not alone, okay? Go within and feel what is within you, the love that is in you, and you'll never feel alone again, okay? So that's what Living Aligned will do for you. All right, I'm going to stop yammering, and I hope you have a blessed day, and I got a lot to do. I'm so stoked. I'm taking a class today, and I've got a client coming in later, and got to thaw out my turkey. All right, so thank you so much. I'll talk to you again real soon. All right, bye-bye.